No, go for it. Welcome to your daily dose of dopamine. I'm Susan. That's Robert.
Hi. You know, discovery is a big part of what we do, right? Well, first of all, let me just throw that out to you. What does discovery mean to you? Why is it important?
Oh my gosh, it's openings. It's the new. It's exciting. It can be scary. Um, it's an opportunity for growth. We
I love
don't
how
know.
excited you just got by the idea of discovery. That just made my day right there. The
Okay.
word discovery, you went, oh my gosh.
You're
You
right. That was the
discovered something in
demonstration.
discovery.
Okay, that's a wrap, Robert. We'll see you.
That's a dose. Wow, I
Five
just love
seconds. Forget 5 minutes. 5 seconds.
so within that, I love that all. Um, one of the things you can discover, we talked about finding your pace in a previous episode. Related, finding your voice. Now, there's literal and in a couple ways of your speaking voice. There is also a singing voice. There is an internal compass voice. I've mentioned to you before, I know, like I did stand up for a couple of years, and there's a longing part of me. It's always wanted to get back to it. And the reason I stopped doing it was because of the cynical voice that was developing. And it was successful, but I didn't like it. I said, if I keep doing this, I'm going to become something that I don't think I like. I got scared. And who knows, that I may have just preempted something, whatever, but I just didn't like it. So I went away.
Fascinating.
Um, Finding your voice, and so here's the yes, and being happy with it, or not afraid at least. What do you think about that idea, and how has that shown up in your own life?
May I? I'm going to read you two sentences that I wrote while I was waiting for you to come on air. It's in a letter to Brene Brown. It's the second paragraph. It says, "When I discovered Yax and Robert Cochran, I began to dare greatly and to own my own story. I developed the courage to dig so deep that I finally heard my own voice."
Oh, wow.
And then I carry on. um, with the Yax fact, this is what happens when you can do this. This is what happened for me, at least. With the X Factor, I found a way to let go, be vulnerable, risk, put myself in the arena, and stop taking care of others at my own expense. So, does that help give you a sense of my sense of the importance of our voice? That's what all my success was all about. That's where I got the higher level of self-confidence that I developed in the last couple of years since we've been working together.
I love it. I love it. It's extraordinary, and thank you for those kind words. And this is where sometimes we work in similar circles and don't even recognize. People watching us go, "They planned that." I promise you, we didn't.
Oh, no. No, I've been working on this letter to Brene for a while, and that couple sentences just came together, and then you asked me that question.
No, it's a beautiful
It's
yes
true.
and.
There is a serendipitousness, if that's a word, to the communication between the two of us.
Right.
There's a reason this follower found that lone nut.
I agree. And the more of this type of conversation and meditation that we put forth with each other, I think the more easily that stuff will happen, right? The more those happy accidents of stumbling into, oh yes, the discovery, oh boy, all those moments um, are there. It's really like a pair of frankly great improvisers. When we watched, remember Middleditch and Schwartz, shout out, love those guys. I don't know if it's
Yeah.
still on Netflix, but watch the trust and the love those two have for each other to go on these incredible journeys. I start laughing even thinking about it. God, the
Yeah.
places those two went. And they were just lovely to watch. And they intentionally got lost and laughed at each other and laughed with each other,
Lifted themselves. Yes. Yeah.
called each other out, and went, "Yep."
And when you first proposed this, it was an out there idea. And I said yes right away. I guess there was enough history and enough sense of who each of us are and who we are as a team that it might make sense. And we're both so passionate about the Yak's mission, that to have an opportunity to frame Yaks in the real world,
Well, it's like we've been doing
super
it,
valuable.
but not sharing it, you know?
Oh,
Our conversations, we're doing this, and it's like, yeah, and we're not sharing this. And so we're kind of circumventing our own thing. We're sitting here having a private conversation going, how do we share this with the world? Oh,
push your record button, and then
YouTube.
you know that. But that's kind of a
Shout
big
out to
deal.
YouTube.
Thank you, YouTube. But really, wow, it is unscripted. We don't know. It really is improv after a fashion, as is any dialogue, conversation between any two people, unless it is a scripted play. And
Well, and it is the recognition of it being there and it being a developable skill. So much, this is just what I was writing in my systematic review this morning, to raise awareness and go, oh yeah, and then recognize I can be better at this. And oh yeah, here are the tangible effects of doing that. And oh yeah, that's time for today's daily dose. We'll see you next time.